I'm excited about this new year because I feel like more and more people are really becoming conscious of seed oils. I hope that there's going to be a shift where restaurants are going to stop using it.
Oh, it's already starting because I got Seed Oil Scout 3 years ago in Vegas. There was maybe 1 or 2 restaurants on that whole app.
Wow.
And now there's like at least 25.
There was a big study that just came out linking it to colon cancer. So I think people are really starting to pay attention.
All right, guys. Courtney Swan is back. It's been a while. How you been?
Good. How have you been?
I've been great. Maha and MAGA, right?
A lot has happened since the last time I saw you.
Yeah,
if you had told me when we talked a year and a half ago that this would be all converging together, I wouldn't have believed you.
Who would have thought you would testify at Senate?
Oh my God, that was so incredible. I'm so grateful for that experience. It's so surreal.
Yeah. So what was the outcome of that? Because I saw a lot of viral clips. So did anything come from that?
Yeah, I mean, we got a ton of exposure for our movement, which was incredible. I think it got a lot of people on the same page with RK Jr. and this whole Maha movement.
Yeah.
We're hoping to do a lot more of those because we're hoping that we can actually drive change. That was kind of a beginning step to get the conversation started and make people aware of it so that hopefully we can start driving more change in Washington so we can actually change the policy.
Yeah. And a big part of what I was seeing was the ingredients in the food, right?
Yes.
That was the main issue.
Yeah. And actually, if anybody has seen the Kellogg's thing that's been going on, that's kind of where Vani started talking about all of that and started her like cancel Kellogg's, because she wanted to create a movement behind that. And I think she just testified, or not testified, but she did a speech yesterday saying that they're down 54% in sales.
What?
Yes.
54%?
And she started that at the Senate and it created just like a wildfire.
And that's a huge company. So when you hear 54% for like a small business, that's still a lot. But for them, that's hundreds of millions, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, and it's also, it makes sense. You know, it's un-American. The fact that these American companies are creating these food products here in America that are made with poisons that they don't put in other countries. It's literally, it's an act of terrorism against us. Yeah. Against our own people.
Yeah, because you read the same ingredients in Europe.
Exactly.
Nowhere close, right?
Yeah. Well, and a lot of, if they get the American version in Europe, it actually comes with a warning label on it. But they're forced to create better formulations in Europe where they don't use those toxic food dyes because they have found that it causes hyperactivity in children. There's also links to cancer.
Wow. Yeah. That's nuts. And are the most harmful ingredients in something like that the food coloring, the food dyes?
I mean, there's also glyphosate, which is not actually on the label. This is what I testified in the Senate about, is that Bayer bought Monsanto, an agrochemical company, back in 2018, and they control largely our entire food supply because they're in charge of the seeds. And the genetically modified seeds are getting into our food system and they're spraying them really heavily with a chemical called glyphosate. It's an herbicide, very heavily linked to non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. In fact, they've been sued $2.2 billion, I think now they've had to pay out to farmers for getting non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
They're still using it?
And they're still spraying in all of our food. And it's all over conventional. I mean, there was this study that came out through the EWG, Environmental Working Group last year. They found that 80 to 90% of the grain products on our store shelves had glyphosate contamination.
Oh my gosh. So all the bread, all the...
Yeah, bread, Cheez-Its, you name it. Like all the Kellogg's cereals, Fruit Loops. And we're feeding these to our children. Cheerios, actually, they did an independent study and they found that they were really high in glyphosate.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And they market that as a heart-healthy meal.
Yeah, they also market it directly to children.
Right. I think it was Bonza, one of the healthier ones, they had a ton of glyphosate in it.
That was really wild. So my friend Zin Honeycutt has a company called Moms Across America, and they do a lot of independent testing. Yeah. And they found that Bonza had the highest amount of glyphosate than any other food product they've ever seen.
Crazy. Yeah. Chickpeas, huh?
Chickpeas are one that if you're eating them, make sure that they're organic because otherwise they're very heavily sprayed with glyphosate.
So all the nuts and seeds.
Yes.
Those have glyphosate on them too?
Yeah. Yep. Almonds. Wow. Exactly. Peanut butter. Peanut butter actually is really heavily sprayed with glyphosate as well. So you want to make sure that... Gosh. Unfortunately, the reality is that if you're not buying organic, it's probably doused in glyphosate. Yeah.
I used to love me a peanut butter jelly growing up.
Oh, I love peanut butter.
Peanut butter fluff, peanut butter jelly.
I know.
Oh, man.
It's such a classic. But look, you can still do that, right? But you need to get real bread. American bread, like Wonder Bread or Sara Lee or any of those breads, they don't mold. I just saw a video actually that was going viral of this woman that had all these different breads. It was like Sara Lee and Wonder Bread, and they had been sitting out on her counter for months. They didn't mold.
Wow.
Real bread is supposed to mold within 3 to 4 days. So you can have your peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but get real bread where it's just made with really simple ingredients like flour, salt, yeast.
Shout out to today's sponsor, Prolon. If starting the year with a fast feels a little daunting, you're not alone. There's an entire community of individuals wanting to make a meaningful decision in their health, just like you. This is what makes group fasting so powerful and why I'm joining in on Prolon's January Longevity Challenge, which is a coach-led program to set you up for fasting success. Prolon's fasting mimicking diet is a revolutionary plant-based nutrition program that nourishes the body while making cells believe they're fasting. I got all 5 boxes here and I'm starting day 1 tomorrow. It's researched and developed for decades at USC's Longevity Institute and backed by leading US medical centers. It helps promote healthy blood sugar, enhanced skin appearance, fat loss, and improved energy and focus. It all starts with their 5-day program, which contains snacks, soups, and beverages designed to keep the body in a fasting state. No guesswork or planning required, which is a relief after a busy holiday. If you guys are ready to make 2025 your healthiest year yet, order your Prolon 5-day kit at prolonlife.com/DSH. And they're offering Digital Social Hour listeners 15% off their 5-day nutrition program. Use the code DSH at prolonlife.com/DSH.
That's all you really need. Water.
We started making our own at our house.
See, that's amazing.
Sourdough.
And then you get organic peanut butter and you get a real fruit spread that's not made with high fructose corn syrup. And then you can enjoy that peanut butter and jelly, but it's about the ingredients.
Crazy. Do you use the Yuka app when you shop?
Yeah, Yuka's great. I also really like Trash Panda. It's another really good one. If people don't know what that app is, you can just go to the grocery store and you can look at any label and scan it in the app. And then it tells you all the ingredients and it tells you whether or not you should buy that.
The one thing with Yuka though, I'll say is they don't account for seed oils.
Oh, yeah. See, Trash Panda does.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Okay, so I got to switch to Trash Panda then.
Yeah, Trash Panda is really good.
And I started using Seed Oil Scout.
Oh, Seed Oil Scout is amazing. I travel so much and I use it all the time. And it also helps me find new restaurants in my city. I just moved to Denver.
Yeah.
And I check it all the time for new restaurants because they're always putting new ones on there.
I love that.
I'm excited about this new year because I feel like more and more people are really becoming conscious of seed oils.
Yeah.
And it's made it so hard to eat out if you're trying to avoid seed oils. But I feel like people are becoming so conscious of it that I hope that there's going to be a shift where restaurants are going to stop using it.
Oh, it's already starting because I got Seed Oil Scout 3 years ago in Vegas. There was maybe 1 or 2 restaurants on that whole app.
Wow.
And now there's like at least 25. So
that's amazing.
Yeah, it's definitely growing.
Well, there was a big study that just came out linking it to colon cancer.
Wow.
Yeah, it just came out like 2 weeks ago. And so I think people are really starting to pay attention.
Also, the fluoride studies are concerning. Lowering IQ by 3 points.
I mean, yes.
That's no joke.
No. And there's a couple states, I can't remember where, it might have been in New York where they were saying they're going to take the fluoride out of the water. I don't remember what
in New
state
York
it was.
or Cali? I don't know.
I don't think California. California actually just passed a law, though, that they're no longer going to allow food dyes in schools.
Oh, nice.
Which is huge because that's going to take out all of, the Kellogg's cereals, the Fruit Loops.
Yeah. Do you think soda vending machines should be banned in schools?
I do. I know this is kind of controversial because people don't want to have their food controlled. But the way that I view this is it's similar to, like, look at what happened with DDT.
Yeah.
When we found out that DDT was seriously harming people, we had to have the government intervene because we can't just have a free-for-all with all these chemicals in our food system.
Yeah.
And with something like soda, I feel like having them in schools, I just think that they shouldn't have direct access to that. I think that once you're an adult and you're free to make your own decisions, like not saying that kids aren't, but I just feel like it's pushed on them at such a young age.
Yeah.
That we shouldn't allow them in schools. I mean, they're loaded with sugar. We know they're terrible for you. They're linked to diabetes, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, which is rising in teens like crazy right now. I personally think, they shouldn't be in schools.
Yeah. What candy did you give out on Halloween at your house?
So actually, I wasn't home this year for Halloween. And now I've been traveling so much. I'm like, where was I? But my plan was I was going to get the Unreal candy bars.
Okay.
I'm not the get raisins and popcorn. Like I'm I love Halloween. And that was one of my favorite holidays growing up. And I loved getting the candy, but I want the healthy candy.
Facts.
So get like the Unreal bars where they make like Snicker bars and they're just without the high fructose corn syrup and all the ingredients.
Sweets I've had.
Yes. I actually really like Smart Sweets.
Yeah. I'll say Sprouts has some decent candy.
Yeah.
Sprouts and Whole Foods.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. That's where I go. So I would have just gone to Whole Foods and I would have gotten like all the different Unreal Gems are really good too. They're like they're M&Ms.
Yeah.
Those are amazing.
Justin's peanut butter cups or whatever.
Yes.
Those are
also,
good.
Justin's just came out with peanut butter M&Ms and they're so good.
I got to try that. Are the nuts organic though in it?
Yes.
They are?
That's a good question. I'm pretty sure they are. I think all their stuff is organic. Yeah.
I'm so careful when I shop on the shelves these days at grocery stores. I try to stay on the outside.
Yeah. No, it's good. That's smart.
Even
That's
I used to buy a lot of freezer stuff. I kind of chilled on that.
I used to do that in college and then I realized.
Because I don't use microwaves anymore.
Same. I don't use a microwave. I haven't used a microwave in like 20 years.
Whoa. Well done. You beat me by 19 years and 6 months.
I actually did not even have a microwave in my home for like 10 years. My last 2 homes, they have them built in the kitchen.
Yeah.
But when it wasn't in the kitchen, I wouldn't even buy a microwave. I just didn't even have one.
The food, first of all, it doesn't taste as good.
No.
They're cooking out the nutrients.
It's also, it kind of weirds me out when you look at a package and it says 40 minutes in the oven or 2 minutes in the microwave. What is happening in a microwave?
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a little
quicker.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's like a huge difference.
I just feel better. I've been like just eating out of the oven lately. You know?
Eating out of the oven.
Yeah. Well, just like even like the thing you microwave, the takeout containers, there's plastic in it.
Yes.
So you're eating plastic.
So I put it in glass.
Yeah, you have to.
To be honest, I try not to do that often, but when I do, I'll put it in glass and then heat it up in the oven or just put it in a pan on the stove.
Yeah.
It really doesn't take that long. It takes a couple minutes on the stove in a pan. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, kitchen's one of the most dangerous places in the house if you're not doing it right.
Yes, Teflon pans, big deal. I think we talked about this on your show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just found out about sponges from Dr. Pampa.
Wait, I don't know about this actually.
Yeah. So do you use a sponge at home? So after like 2 days, the bacterial growth is so like massive.
I mean, it makes sense.
You need to be constantly swapping out your sponge, but most people do not.
Oh yeah. We've had the same sponge for like 4 months.
That's what I'm saying.
I need to go.
So there's so much bacteria on that it's just getting everywhere. I mean, you think you're cleaning a plate, you're making it worse.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And dishwasher pods are another big one.
Well, those are plastic coated.
Yeah.
So actually a girlfriend of mine found pods that she really liked. And so what she does is she opens the plastic part and then just dumps the actual detergent in the machine.
Oh, wow.
So that you don't have, because it puts microplastics all over your...
I didn't even think about that. But yeah, when you throw it in the laundry machine, the plastic's gone. Where is it?
Exactly. It melts and then it goes into the water and all over your dishes. I know. Look, it's one of those things that I try to remind people that you can really go down a bunch of rabbit holes and really freak yourself out and become super paranoid.
Yeah.
You just can't allow yourself to do that. Like you just buy the products that you know are clean and safe, buy the organic food whenever you can, buy whole real foods, prioritize that, get good filtered water, do the things that you can control. And then just try not to stress about the rest because our bodies are also resilient. There's many things we can do like sweat. We've talked about this.
Yep.
Get in the sauna, sweat everything out and just hope for the best.
I can't wait to sauna tonight.
Oh,
because I've been traveling. I haven't done it in 3 days. I'm like craving it. I'm like addicted.
Yes. It makes you feel so good.
Yeah. And also air filters.
Yes. Air filters, I think, are a really massive one.
Massive.
Yes. And they can be a big investment up front. But if you get I really like the brand Jasper. They are expensive. They have a higher price tag, but they have a lifetime warranty. They will always replace it for you. And he even said when they update the machinery on it, that he will send everybody out the new updates on everything because he's guaranteed that like once you buy one, you have it for life.
Oh, wow.
And they're really superior.
That's cool. I'll look into that one. Yeah, shout out to him. Where can people support your mission and Maha?
Yeah, at Real Foodology. So I have a podcast. It's called Real Foodology. And then I also have an Instagram account and a TikTok, Real Foodology. I'm also on X. I'm trying to grow that right now.
Let's go.
Real Foodology.
All right.
It's where we're not censored.
Yeah, we'll link it below. Thanks for coming on again.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.